Welcome to Tree Gong Wisdom Council. I am your host, Keira Lani, and I am so excited to be bringing this show to EWN's One with the Earth channel. I will be here live every Wednesday, bringing you Tree Gong. Alternating Wednesdays will be practice with portals and Wisdom Council. And so welcome to the premiere presentation of Wisdom Council, presented by Keira Lani, Tree Gong Healer, right here on EWN's One with the Earth. I am so thrilled to be with you here today to share with you the wisdom from the forest. So because this is our first presentation here on One with the Earth, I want to bring you into my story. So if you don't already know me, I'm known as Tree Gong Healer because my life's journey has connected me to the deep wisdom of the forests and to the ancient self-healing practices of the East. I bring together multiple traditions from yogic practices of India, Qigong and Tai Chi from China, movement, breath, meditation, and all of this through the lens of connection with nature. And so it just felt right to bring this practice here to Enlightened World Network's new channel, One with the Earth. So if you are dropping in here with me live or watching the replay, please let me know you're here. Say hello and let me know what is your experience in connecting with trees. And while you're doing that, I will share my experience. So I have always been connected with nature. I have been a lifelong practitioner of yoga and meditation. I always talked to the trees, but I didn't know until I was in my 20s that I could also hear the trees. This all began with this beautiful tree right here. I'm going to bring up behind me Grandpa Cedar. Grandpa Cedar, this is an extra close-up view, so you can imagine that you're actually hugging this big, beautiful tree behind me. Grandpa Cedar was named by my mother, and this tree lives just above the house that I grew up in Southern Oregon. I used to take this walk with my mother almost every day. She goes on this walk. I used to take it with her when I was in my 20s, probably 2 to 3 times a week. One day, my mom had traveled to Hawaii, and so I decided to take this walk by myself. This is a short, strenuous walk with an almost vertical incline. We power our way up, pause to look at the view, and then loop back around to slip and slide down an even steeper trail on the other side of the hill. At the end of this walk, we stopped to visit Grandpa Cedar. We always pause to hug this big, beautiful tree. And when I went for the walk by myself, when my mom was in Hawaii, I suddenly felt the tree hug me back. I felt pulled in as if the tree didn't want to let me go. It was as if the tree were saying, "Where is that lady who visits me every day? I miss her." And so I visualized in my mind's eye my mom sitting on the beach in Hawaii. And I said, "Grandpa Cedar, please look out for my mom way over there across the ocean." And then I gently withdrew my energy. I said, "Don't worry, we'll stay connected." And I walked back to my little house where I was living with my baby boys at the time. And the next day, I awoke before dawn to sit in meditation. I sent my awareness back to that tree, Grandpa Cedar. I realized I'm not quite done sharing Grandpa Cedar with you. It was as if Grandpa Cedar took me on a journey. I found myself floating in an electrical web of light. It was as if I were connected with every single tree on the planet through this network of light communication spanning the globe between the trees. I didn't know what to think. It was such a powerful experience that I had to tell someone. So I called my mom and I told her this story. And do you know what she said? She said, wow, I was wondering why Grandpa Cedar came to me, pardon me, when I was sitting on the beach yesterday. So this picture behind me is one that I found years later. It looks exactly like what Grandpa Cedar showed me. What it actually is the mycelial network. This is an electron micrograph image of the mycelial network that they call the brain of the forest. This is a network of mushroom roots connecting the roots of the trees. And through this network, trees share information and communication, information and nutrients, communication and nutrients. So they actually send nutrients to trees that are struggling from trees that are bringing in more light. They don't even only share with their own species. So this awareness opened me up into a whole new journey where everywhere that I go, I connect with the trees. This image that we started with that I keep coming back to is the Redwood Forest, the National Forest of Jedediah Smith State Park in Northern California near the coast. This is not too far from that land that I grew up on, just about 2.5 hours away, over the mountains from Oregon to the coast. We go through California redwoods. And this forest is where I journeyed on personal private retreat for my birthday. I was able to manifest in the middle of summer a personal private retreat with no humans, only trees and the ocean. And this particular redwood forest holds a very special place in my heart, just like Grandpa Cedar. And these redwoods came forward today wanting to share the way that they communicate. The redwood forest, and you can see these aren't all redwood trees behind me, but many of these trees are young redwoods. And the redwoods actually don't dig down deep into the ground to find water, but they actually spread their roots wide and connect with each other. They are literally holding each other up. I have come to believe and been guided by my connection with the trees that humans are being called back into this kind of connection with nature that informs the way that we connect with each other. What if we as humans were constantly connecting into this network of life? What if we were sharing our nutrients and calling in a deeper reverence and community vibration in all of our actions in our life? I am being called to travel the planet, assisting the trees to unify the consciousness field and to bring as many humans into this mission with me as possible. And so the goal of this new show is to help you to deepen your connection to nature from wherever you are. If you live in a forest, then you are especially blessed because you can go out and do these practices in your backyard. If you live in a high-rise apartment building in the middle of the city, the trees are still always with you. Each time that you take a breath, you are breathing with a tree. Even if that tree is not in your visual awareness, you always have the capacity to connect with a tree. And this is very important when we are feeling disconnected from nature. We often find ourselves feeling disconnected from our own true nature, disconnected from our purpose here on the planet, disconnected from the gifts that we came into this body to bring to the world. And so my mission is to reconnect you and all of humanity with the true nature that we are a part of, to reunify the consciousness in places where it's become fragmented by this sense of disconnection that is so common in our modern world, and to help you connect to who you truly are, so that you can live your life informed by this sense of connectivity rather than what you are seeking to be connected to, so that you can feel whole and nourished by all of your daily actions, whatever they may be, that you may feel connected to that unified consciousness field. Even when you're driving down the highway, flying in an airplane, working in an office cubicle, or maybe working from your home office in this year plus of pandemic that we are going through right now. So I invite you to drop into the comments of this video, wherever you find it, what it is that you connect to when you think of connecting to nature. Maybe it is a special tree that you grew up with. Maybe it's the water on the planet. Maybe you're more connected to animals. Each and every tree that you have ever seen is representing a whole microcosm ecosystem of life, as well as being part of this greater network of forest wisdom. Each and every tree, because of the way it connects through its roots, even if it's growing in a sidewalk, it is sending down feelers into the earth. It is sending out vibrations and chemical signals into the air. And it is in constant communication with the universe. You also, as a human, have the capacity to be in constant communication with this ancient wisdom vibration that is flowing through and around all life on the planet. Ruth Anderson, the founder of Enlightened World Network, in conversation earlier today, reminded me of how we as humans experience this vibrational connection often through our hair. And so even if you don't have hair, there's kind of a wave of baldness, especially in men who feel self-conscious about their pattern of hair growth. And sometimes women are not, also for various reasons, not having a lot of hair on our heads. I myself have taken my hair off to have the experience and discovered the energetic patterns of my hair in the process. The hair in Native wisdom, in Native American wisdom specifically, but I believe this is true with other indigenous peoples around the world. They recognize that our hair is like antennas and feelers. We can actually communicate through our hair follicles. And it's less important, in my experience, whether we have long flowing hair. For some people, it makes a big difference if you have your hair growing long or cutting it off. For me, what my experience is that we have these energetic feelers. Just like insects use their antennas to communicate and feel, our hair has the capacity to bring us signals like antennas, like we are radio antennas connecting into the collective consciousness. That is just one way. And I'll bring in more ways, but we're going to think of the hair and the roots for today, because I think that's enough for one day to stay focused in one specific area of this vast study of tree wisdom that I have entered into. And so I want to invite you into an experience. This show is going to be about wisdom and about experiential wisdom. My goal in channeling wisdom through my personal channel is to activate you to channel wisdom through your channel, to empower you as your own personal healing vessel, to be a clear channel for the wisdom that wants to come through you. And this is really the work I do with my clients, to help you clear your channel, open the vortex within you that allows you to communicate with the universe, to travel through your multidimensional experience of life, and to heal from within so that you can banish self-doubt and step into the amazing gifts that you are here to bring to the planet. And the wisdom of the forest is here to support you. This council of trees that is gathering here with me to bring through this wisdom is just clamoring to support you. I know clamoring doesn't really sound like the right word when we talk about trees, but I often feel that in my own communication with trees, that they are just bursting to be able to be connected and share wisdom in the way that they were designed, that we were designed as co-creators on this planet. Maybe you've heard someone say before that we are co-creators of our reality. Maybe you've heard someone say, you are the creator of your own reality. All of these things are true. But we are not co-creators solely as humans. Humans are co-creating along with the wisdom of the trees, along with the wisdom of the dolphins and the whales, the insects, the elemental beings that dance with our weather patterns, the element of fire that is so transformational. And so when you think of yourself as creator of your reality, think of yourself as co-creator with the divine presence of the Mother, Father, God, with the presence of the organism of the earth of which we are a part, with the presence of the trees. And so when I bring forth the presence of the trees, they are wisdom representers of that amazing biodiversity of life that each tree supports. The insects, the microorganisms even, the mycorrhizae. I'm going to bring up one more picture to share with you of the mycorrhizae, the roots of the trees, connecting with the roots of the mushrooms in an infinite network of life. And I'm going to invite you into an experience here of what is available beneath the surface of life's experience. So these roots, this image of roots is here to connect you to the network of roots available to you in your energetic system. What are your roots connected to? What are the direct connections? Knowing that we're all connected in this greater circle of life. What are your direct connections when you drop into your roots? Let's take some breaths together, and you can keep your eyes open or allow them to close, whatever feels right to you. And as you breathe, breathe down into the roots of connection that you experience when you imagine roots connecting you to the earth. So breathe into your root chakra, the core of the pelvis. Breathe into the soles of your feet, the place where you physically connect to the earth. And imagine roots growing down from the soles of your feet, from the core of your pelvis, deep down into the surface of the earth, through the layers of the earth beneath you. These roots grow as deep as you are tall and as wide as your arms would spread if you opened them. Feel your roots winding into the earth and questing for nourishment. And when you feel your roots firmly engaged with the presence of the earth beneath you, begin to breathe in energy from the earth and exhale, giving it back. Feel the presence of the earth breathing with you, breathing in your exhale, just like the tree is in a constant cycle of breath with you. You can imagine each time you inhale, filling yourself up from the roots. Each exhale, sending energy and love and appreciation back into the earth. Now imagine you can feel the other beings that are connected to your network beneath the surface. You can feel their roots intertwining with yours. These may be other humans, these may be trees, plants, they may be of the animal kingdom or elementals, earth beings themselves. Feeling your roots of connection, connecting to the roots of the other beings in your energetic network. Notice if there are any roots that you don't recognize where they come from, and just welcome the connection, the recognition of the energy that you have been dancing with, perhaps not consciously, perhaps very consciously, right now connecting to what is available to you beneath the surface of your life experience. Now we're going to call in the Council of Trees. So continuing to feel and breathe with this sense of connection through the roots. Now tune in to the connection through the vibration in the air around you. Feeling the rustling of leaves, the branches, feeling your hair connecting to the vibration of the other beings around you. Feeling the wisdom of the trees exchanging information through both the roots and through the connection that happens in the spaces between the branches. Feeling this vibration. Right now, we're just feeling the connections, not worrying about what the wisdom is that is there, but just recognizing the wisdom, connecting to it, feeling that network of connection, just like the mycelial network, just like the web of life. Allow yourself to float in this awareness of unified consciousness flowing through your roots and flowing all around you, through the tendrils of hair, vibrating into your hair follicles, not just the hair on your head, but the hair on your entire body is listening. And now we're going to drop into listening, and I invite you to tune in and see if the collective consciousness of trees, the Wisdom Council, has a message just for you. And I'll be tuning in to see what message the collective community, the Wisdom Council of Trees, would like to bring through me for the collective. The first thing as I drop in that I sense is a huge wave of gratitude. The trees are saying they've been waiting for me to be ready to be channeling their wisdom more regularly again. And they're so excited that I am stepping into place in this new channel, EWN's One with the Earth, because they are feeling the greater mission is being nourished and nurtured. So I'm just want to give back the gratitude, the honor, the respect. I'm going to call in the presence of these beautiful redwoods and the forest that they represent. And the trees want to reiterate what I said earlier. They are calling you. Can you hear the call? The trees would like to invite each of you, whether you're watching with me live or you're on the replay, to recognize the local forest that is calling you, and to take a moment to just tune in to that vibration. Recognize that while you need to go there because the physical connection is important for the health of your mind, body, and spirit, you also can connect with them from wherever you are. So tune into the vibration of your local forest that is calling you. And take a moment to see what is evoked within you when you allow yourself to connect with this particular forest that is calling you. I'm feeling a sense of belonging invoked within me. I'm being shown that this is where I truly belong, in constant connection and communication, listening, learning, growing, and sharing the unique gifts that come through this vessel of human form. And the trees are saying that's their biggest message for you this time, is to listen. We are all being invited to listen. So let's take 3 deep breaths together in silence and listen. Listen to the vibration. Don't try too hard to translate it into words, but if it comes through in words, take note. Hmm. The wisdom is coming through for me as a burning, tingling sensation in the back of the heart. And I recognize this sensation as the activation of the wings. And the trees are showing me that all of you are earth angels, and some of you already work with your wings, and some of you are just now realizing as I say this that you might have energetic wings. And the trees are inviting you, if you feel this vibration, to awaken your wings, to breathe some energy into that space between your shoulder blades and see what you sense and feel. Take a few slow, deep breaths right into the back of your heart. Notice if there's any constriction or restriction there. Open the space under your armpits and feel the energy going into your wings. Relax now and just tune in to the vibration of your wings. Now imagining that we are circling together with the trees at our backs and interlacing our wings. The trees also want you to remember that you are never alone. We are in this together. If you are feeling ready to unleash your inner healer and activate your wings, then the timing may be right for you to drop in with me this weekend for a virtual retreat I call Unleash Your Inner Healer. We will be working with our wings, banishing self-doubt, and connecting to our unique gifts together in community this weekend, followed by a water blessing and land blessing with the incomparable Terry Angel of Enlightened World Network in Mount Shasta. And whether you drop in for the whole retreat this weekend, or you just drop into the live stream water blessing, portal practice, and land blessing in Mount Shasta, you are invited to fully receive this message from the trees. You are an earth angel. You are stepping into where you belong. And it is time for you to see who you truly are. Thank you so much for dropping into the Wisdom Council with me today. My intention with this show is that I will bring to you wisdom from trees and help you connect to your own inner wisdom and your own ability to channel messages from trees, elementals, and other guides and angels. And my work here on the world is in the world is to continue to gather and purvey to others the ultimate healer's toolbox of practices that unleash your light, connect you to your divinity, and keep you clearly walking your path, connected to the earth, connected to yourself, recognizing who you truly are, and sharing the gifts that you came here to share so that we can co-create the reality that we want to live in. Thank you so much for everything you do in your life to become more authentic and a more pure expression of who you truly are. Each and every one of you is a divine blessing to this planet. I am so grateful for this opportunity to connect with you, and I look forward to next time. You deserve all the love, all the blessings, all the abundance of joy. Namaste.